Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning back in once again for another episode of Logiks View. Now, today we're going to be discussing a very, very important subject, as you can see in the title. This topic of Israel and Zionism. Now, a lot of people been deceived, especially in the Christian community, when it comes to that topic. And today we're going to try to break it down. Now, if you haven't seen Candace Owens' latest video called A Personal Announcement, she interviewing a veteran from the USS Liberty on his firsthand account and experience throughout that whole terrible story and historical event. And she learned a lot. It's definitely an eye-opener to those of you who are not aware of what happened. And it's shedding light on our real relationship with Israel. Now, I've been researching and doing citizen journalism for years and years and years. Unfortunately, today, a lot of the conservative or right-wing podcasters I've been following have been afraid to tackle this subject. I think it's either because of lack of knowledge and wisdom regarding this subject, or a lot of them are paid deceivers, paid to spread lies and gatekeep regarding this subject, keep people in deception. A few notables who have been speaking out boldly and courageously regarding this subject. I want to send shots out to Redacted News. Redacted News. If you don't know about them, check them out. They do all type of global and national news reporting. Stu Peters, warrior, he found out what's been going on and been blowing the whistle ever since. Candace Owens has been blowing the whistle ever since she's awakened, and she's continuing to wake up more and more in real time, and it's beautiful to watch. Jimmy Dore is also another podcaster, citizen journalist who is unafraid, unashamed to expose the truth about the atrocities being created by Israel, supposed to be our greatest ally, and we've been deceived. And we're going to talk about the root cause of this deception, where it came from. I'm going to play videos throughout this episode from many different takes of people exposing this. Now, even Alex Jones used to expose who was really controlling everything. He used to go hardcore at exposing the real puppet masters, but he stopped doing that years and years ago. Many people believe they put him in his place and got him to fall in line somehow. But his videos, you can see where nowadays, all we can do is say it's the globalists, or it's the cabal, or it's these people, or it's that people. We can't be specific and point out who it really is. But today, that's what we're going to do. I got a lot of good clips that I'm going to play. And we're going to start out with this Candace Owens clip. And then I'm going to read an article from Max Egan. Max Egan. If you're not aware of him, you're going to want to get aware of him. So this is an article or a video when Candace Owens was just on Piers Morgan. And I'm going to just let it play. Hold on. Get them. Now, Sister Candace Owens destroyed him in that debate. Literally destroyed him. And that verse she bring up, Revelations 3:9, is very important. Also Revelations 2:9. Um, so that gives a little introduction into the topic that we're gonna be getting into, and it's important that Christians pay attention to this subject and research it, pray about it, and ask the Lord to reveal if you've been deceived in this area, because we all have been. We all have been. Now, I'm gonna read this article from Max Egan about how Christians were deceived, and we're gonna talk all about it so people can begin to get an idea on how this agenda has been unfolding. Max Egan, how the Christians were deceived. Christians of the world, in your support for the land of Israel, you have been fooled. The true Israel your Bible is referring to is the man named Israel and his teachings, i.e., belief in there being one true God. That belief itself is Israel, and it has nothing whatsoever to do with the usurpers calling themselves Jews who have set up the illegitimate state of Israel and occupied Palestine. Stay with me now. In the original biblical narrative, the true believers in one true God were called Israelites, as they followed the teachings of the man Jacob, who was renamed Israel. After that came those who then followed the same teachings later. After that came those who then followed the same teachings later preached by Jesus. These were called Judeans, named so after the state Jesus was born in, Judea. Or they were sometimes also called Judahites or Jehudi, pronounced Yehudi. All such people, those who adhered to the mindset called Israel, i.e., the belief in the one true God, were the people who chose God and who thus set themselves apart from those who chose rather to follow the laws of the state, who were known as nations. However, in 1611, King James rewrote the Bible and altered the original narrative inasmuch as he consolidated and then changed the original terms Israelites, Judeans, Yehudi, and Judahites to all simply be Jews in order to make it appear as an ethnicity. And he also changed the word nations to become Gentiles in order to create the concept of a different race apart from the newly invented Jews. This then also allowed the flipping people who chose God, i.e., the biblical Israelites, to become God's chosen people, i.e., it can now be presented as referring to Israelis, i.e., those who claim to come from the Holy Lands, where Israel the man, and later Jesus the Messiah he spoke of coming, both wandered while preaching their ministries. That region within Palestine that had been known ever since as the Holy Lands of Israel. It is also somewhat important to note here that putting it into the true biblical context, the man known as Israel was essentially a Christian because he was waiting for the coming Messiah Jesus, who we are told later appeared. But the man named Israel was never a Jew because the word Jew never then existed. He was in truth the first of the Israelites, i.e., those who believe in the one true God. Nor, for that matter, was Jesus a Jew. He was born in Bethlehem and lived in Galilee in Palestine. Therefore, Jesus was Palestinian. He could even conceivably and quite correctly be referred to as a Palestinian Israelite. Woo, this might get me banned on a couple platforms. Now, this is Max Egan's article he wrote on how Christians were deceived. And you can find this article on his website at thecrowhouse.com. Ancient Israel was never a country and it was never a race of people. It was simply a belief that God is supreme to the state and that God's law should prevail over the laws of men. And the Holy Land of Israel simply refers to those lands where the message of the man named Israel and later that of Jesus himself had been first taught. In modern day terms, Jesus was essentially an anarchist who taught that there is no authority that exists between a living man and God, and that there is no state power that should hold itself higher than God. In other words, either you are of God, God's law, or you are of the nations, man's law, the law of the state. By inserting the words Jew and Gentile into the Bible, King James changed the entire message it contained. This was done in order to create and support the separation of the races and create the perceived privileged status of the usurpers, who now call themselves Jews. Those who now control Palestine and the lands where Jesus was said to have been born had to been born. In reality, there are no Jews. It is a made entirely fictitious race and one of the most elaborate lies in history. And any biblical scholar will very well know that we are told that Jesus even spoke of these usurpers himself. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. And also when he said, now I think that was Revelations 2:9 or 3:9, one or the other. And also when he said, you are of your father the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, and he has nothing to do with the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks according to his own nature, for he is a liar and the father of lies, Jesus Christ. Now, this is almost the end of the article, and I'm going to play a lot of other videos, short videos, to show you guys how it's warriors out here trying to expose this stuff. And it's important that we know. In fact, if you are a practicing Christian who is true to your faith, then to even vaguely claim that the modern state of Israel and those who inhabit it has even a remote connection to the biblical Israelites is tantamount to blasphemy. The entire concept that Christians must protect Israel at all costs is simply a call to treasure and protect the belief and knowledge of the one true God and of their own personal connection to him. And every reference to Israel within the Bible is referring to that belief. It has nothing to do with protecting Jews and certainly nothing whatsoever to do with defending a piece of land. Those who now occupy the land of Palestine and who dare to call it the state of Israel, i.e., a nation, the very opposite of what the word actually means, are truly the most evil, vile, and sadistic people on earth. They are a cult of death who work in the shadows and who, over many years, have created every problem we see manifesting in the world today. And what they are in the process of doing right now, if people do not wake up, is ushering in an evil to control this world, the likes of which people have never known and could barely imagine if they tried. To learn more about how this works, I highly recommend three books to you: The Invention of Jewish People by Shlomo Sand, a Jew and history professor at Tel Aviv University; The Invention of the Land of Israel, From Holy Land to Homeland, also by Shlomo Sand; and most importantly, Who Rewrote the Bible by Dr. Lorraine Day. Every Christian who has been brainwashed into supporting the modern and wholly invented state of Israel and whatever atrocity it commits should read all three of these books in order to better understand the true meaning of their faith and what the messages really were. Thanks for reading. Max Egan. Now, this is an article that Max Egan wrote. He is a popular citizen journalist and a warrior for truth who has been trying to expose this stuff and what's been going on in the Middle East for a long time. A long time. Now, it's important to dissect and dig into this topic, and I'm going to give a lot of videos to that are good starting points. Now, the Rothschild book, the Schofield Bible, if you've never heard of that, you need to research into what that's about. The Balfour Declaration, if you've never heard that, you need to research into what that's about. Zionism, if you're not familiar with that term, you need to research into what that's about. Understanding these types of terms will help you get a grasp of this whole topic about Israel. It's two different Israels. Satan has created a twisted the meaning of the biblical Israel and created a whole different Israel. And Satan has deceived people into supporting and serving and worshiping this false Israel. And it's not the biblical Israel. It's not the biblical Israel. We've been deceived here in America, not just in America, but in other places across the world too. I'm going to show you another video discussing the Schofield Bible. hmm Now, he was highlighting the impact of the Schofield Bible. Now, I didn't know much about all this stuff until October 7th happened. Then I got to doing all type of research, hundreds of hours of research into this subject. I've been researching the kingdom of darkness for 15 years. The deep state, the cabal, uh, how Satan operate. I've been studying the Bible all my life. I've been studying the kingdom of darkness. This subject, this topic brings it all together. All the rabbit holes you've been down, they will lead you to this. We know about, the New World Order and the globalists and the deep state cabal and the bloodlines, the Rothschilds, all that. This topic ties it all together: Zionism and the created state of Israel, the Balfour Declaration. Why are there so many wars in the Middle East? Endless wars. Where do these holy wars come from? Who are all wars are banker wars? Who are these bankers? Yeah, they all Zionists. They all claim to be Jews and they not. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's funny to me is, they tried that it's an agenda to tie Christianity and Judaism together. And Christians in America buy right into it. They happy to say Judeo-Christian beliefs when Judaism has totally separate beliefs than Christianity when it comes to Jesus Christ. Uh, and I'm gonna show you for yourself right here. John got Ben Shapiro on his show and asked him, hear it out his own mouth for yourself. Listen. Hmm. Mm. So that show you right there. Uh, Ben Shapiro and his fellow Jews, they don't even acknowledge Jesus Christ as a prophet. They don't even think he was significant. They in the Talmud it say he burning in pot in a bowl of boo boo. It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? This subject, Americans have not dug into this themselves. Many majority of American Christians, we've been fed talking points, reference points when it comes to this subject, and we just accepted it. We never questioned Israel. We've been supporting all these wars in the Middle East, all that Benjamin Netanyahu, they getting lifted up and got a get out of jail free card to do whatever they want. Now, I'm going to play some more stuff. I don't want to continue to ramble. But it's beautiful how Candace Owens is waking up and exposing it all in real time. And there's a lot of pastors who've been out here exposing it as well. But these pastors don't get no airtime. They don't get no mainstream airtime. You want to hear about them? Listen to what this warrior, Pastor Stephen Darby, had to say. Now he passed away a couple years ago. This pastor right here was like the deep state worst enemy. He passed away at a young age too. I haven't looked into his death and what happened, but he mighty man of God. You could go check out his sermons till this day online. Many people call him a prophet. Listen what he got to say about it. Hmm. See that he was exposing it. If he was alive today, boy, he'd be going live 24/7. There's so much stuff to talk about. He passed away. That was from 11 years ago, 2015, 10 years ago. He was preaching about Harvey Weinstein and exposing pedophilia and politics and entertainment industry. Look at it since then. R. Kelly done went down. We got Diddy going down. Harvey Weinstein, Epstein. Oh yeah, they going down. Now, it's a lot about this subject to be talked about, but I want to just let some videos play because we've been so deceived. Um, Stu Peters highlighted on his show. I'm gonna show you this because I just made a TikTok about Charlie Kirk. And I done researched. I know TPUSA is funded by APAC type of organizations and Israel organizations. So I know Charlie Kirk. That money. You follow the money, you find out everything. Listen to what Charlie Kirk got to say though, and I'm so glad. That USS Liberty veteran called Charlie Kirk out because I'm gonna do a call out, public call out for Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk as well. They talk about people in the comment section saying, "Oh, this old man calling out Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk. These are some of the two best debaters in America. They're gonna crush them." Like, bro, they said the USS Liberty story was a conspiracy theory. This gentleman and veteran and hero was on the USS Liberty. So I would love to see them tell him to his face it was a conspiracy. I would love to see them win a debate over that topic. Come on. Anybody saying they would crush him over this topic clearly don't even know what this topic is about themselves. But Shapiro, we know he a hack. Unfortunately, Charlie Kirk, man, he is too. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Mm, ooh, mm. Mm, mm. Boy, I love to debate Charlie Kirk. He go around all these campuses like he Bishop Don Juan, just trying to slay everybody. When it comes to this subject, I will slay Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro because the truth don't have to defend itself. The truth is like a lion. Just let it out the cage. It'll defend itself. The truth, we ain't gotta argue and fight. The truth is the truth. What you tell me about the Balfour Declaration, Mr. Charlie Kirk? Tell me about the Rothschilds. Tell me about the Nakba. Tell me about what's really going on. Don't tell me what you've been brainwashed to believe all your life. Tell me how much research you've done into Zionism, Theodore Herzl. Tell me what you really know, bro. The protocols of the elders of Zion. What you know about it? Man, get out of here. He a gatekeeper. And then him talking this crap right here, man, what he say? Listen, what he say? Mm, 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 mm. I challenge somebody right now to dig into the follow the money on TPUSA and see where it's coming from. That's why Charlie Kirk been all across the country. He hiding under Donald Trump, acting like he, you know what I'm saying, for the people and this and that, but he is being paid to keep people asleep regarding the Zionism narrative. The Zionism narrative. Now, like I say, I'm gonna play this real quick. I ain't even gonna keep talking. This is a pastor named Stephen Anderson. Listen. Oh, dang. You can't hear nothing? Hold on. Hold on. Dang, y'all can't hear this. Let me replay this, man. Let me check my settings real quick. I'm sorry if y'all can't hear that. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Tell me if you could hear it now, please.
Not of men, they're Satan. And that people statement, I know the blasphemy of them, they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Now, what is that statement doing in the midst of a discussion about tribulation, persecution, prison, martyrdom? Why bring up the synagogue of Satan? Why bring up these people who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie? Well, it's very easy to understand once you identify who the synagogue of Satan is. Go to Romans chapter 2, if you would. Romans chapter 2.
Okay, let me know if you could hear the video now. This is an important topic, man. Okay, you can hear it now. Could you hear the other videos, or was it just that video? Because these clips are very important. If you couldn't hear the other ones, I'm going to have to replay some of the other ones. But I'm going to do a video. I'm going to just compile all these clips together and not even say nothing. Because it's important to hear all these different it's important to hear these different points of view from other warriors, courageous warriors who've been trying to expose this subject. This subject is highly censored. The subject is highly censored in America. But I'm going to play this over again. This is a pastor exposing it, man, like it's supposed to be exposed. None of the other ones can be heard. All right. All right. I'm going to just play this one and then I'm gonna start this over, man. That's disappointing. See, the devil don't want this stuff to get out. I made a mistake. Thought I had my screen strike live stream set up all correct. It's some important topics. Okay. Mm-mm. I'm gonna restart this stream. Thanks, bro, for letting me know that. Thanks, bro, for letting me know that. I'm gonna redo this stream and make sure it's proper because this is an important one that need to be heard. I don't even want to do much talking about it because I'm so passionate and there's so much in my head about this subject. If I try to talk, I just end up being all over the place about it, man. I just want y'all to hear all this different stuff. So, my bad. Bear with me. God bless y'all. Thank God for tuning in. This is a super important subject. I'm gonna redo this video and make sure it's proper. All right. God bless y'all. Peace.